So I had made 2 videos before and I was bored. I'm bored again. But I'm actually gonna add some videos this time. And what I'm gonna do is just talk about what I believe. I'm not gonna edit these videos because I don't want to try and make myself presented a certain way. I'm not perfect, so you just got to deal with me and my flaws. I want this to be just like you're sitting here having a conversation with me, except you weren't speaking because I was doing all the talking and you were just listening. But either way, I'm try to keep them to like 5-6 minutes and try to not make too many pauses because I do that a lot. But I have schizophrenia. I'm a psychotic paranoid schizophrenic. I have visions, I hallucinate all the time. I hear voices. I smell some of the most wonderful smells ever sometimes. And I've had quite a few experiences that are just out of this world. This all started, as a matter of fact, on Christmas 2015 was the first time I heard a voice and saw something that wasn't there, and it was a light body type of entity. And these psychosis normally last for about 2 weeks. Sometimes they're less than that. And first one I had lasted 2 weeks, and then I didn't have one for a long time, and then they started happening more and more, and it finally got to the point where it's just constant now. I mean, it's not like really vivid like it is at sometimes, but I constantly hear voices and see things that are other people might not see. But I tell you some of the things. I'll go through a lot of stuff. January 2016, there's a planetary alignment that happened, and that coincided with what was going on, and I was seeing aliens and all kinds of stuff. It was government conspiracy. I saw men in white suits, and I had so many things coming to my head about frequency and the sinusoidal waves. I didn't know what that was until then, and I did a lot of research in conspiracy theories, the JFK assassination, and that somehow led into 9/11 and the Philadelphia experiment and Plum Island or Montauk Island, and all kinds of stuff, man, with numerology and sacred geometry. I didn't know any of these things. Like, all of this stuff I learned simply out of stuff coming into my head. Didn't know what DARPA was until then. Star Children and MK Ultra, all this stuff. Like, I learned about it then and there in that psychosis. And that was the beginning of it. And that was almost 4 years ago. So for 4 years, I've been learning things that I never knew, just simply by something popping into my head and me going on Google or YouTube and checking it out. One of them was pretty fun. This was a lot of fun for me, was tetrahedron Earth theory. You got the round Earth and the flat Earth theory and blah, 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 blah. Tetrahedron Earth is actually an idea that a Japanese dude came up with back 1800 or something. I looked it up a long time ago. It was an idea that just came into my head because I have a huge boner for triangles. I have one stamped in my forehead. You can't really see it, but I earned it. I got in a wreck, and that's what I came out with. I also have one in the palm of my hand. You can't really see it, but it's in there. Anyway. Thought I was the Antichrist for a long time because I had this triangle mark on my forehead and in my hand. So that was part of the psychosis. Tetrahedron Earth this Japanese dude wanted to make a more accurate model of the globe, the Earth map, and he divided it. I don't remember how. He divided it in a bunch of sections and put it on a tetrahedron and came up with the most accurate map of the shape or the proportions of the continents. You know, the Gregorian, no, that's a calendar, whatever that map is real inaccurate. Anyway, no one talks about tetrahedron Earth. It's flat Earth and round Earth. So that's a fun one to look at if you want to get into that. And I'm going to talk about things like Mandela effect and what I believe about that, and time travel, and how all of these theories that science has about multi-dimensions and butterfly effect. And I'll go into how Bible and spirituality from Buddhism and Taoism and Hinduism, and how all these religions tie together with all of these scientific theories. Pretty much I have, well, in my mind, they all got tied together pretty good. And the paradox is the best thing ever. Paradoxical thinking will answer more questions for you than anything else. Well, God will answer more questions for you, but to answer those questions, God will give you the paradox and the understanding of it to do it for yourself. So yeah, I guess that's where we'll start.